Twitch, also known as Titty Haven, has recently spawned one of the craziest trends I've seen in a long ass time. Now, if you don't know what happened, you probably should sit down because this shit might just knock you off your feet. It's gonna make you shake your head at the very least. If you remember a while ago, there used to be this brand new meta on Twitch where there would be these girls in hot tubs and, you know, they would be in bikinis barely. They could just sit in their hot tub and thousands of men would just fucking whip their life savings right at them. Now, this is the video that everybody's been losing their minds about the past few days.
Meta?
And eventually she swings her titties. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Ah, there it is. There we go. Watch this. She just swings those titties. I had the exact same reaction as that dude. I like shook my head. It was kind of as if I like took a whiff of smelling salts and I was just like, oh, what the fuck? Lost for words. That's the only way I can really describe what I felt when I saw that. And now if you just saw that video and you feel like this image here, don't worry, you aren't alone. Now, I don't think I have to do mental gymnastics to try and explain why I think having softcore porn on a website that's jam-packed full of teens isn't at the very least a little weird. No, you know what? Not a little weird. It's fucking weird. I mean, if we break it down, really, it's just women that make adult content trying to funnel people to their adult content. That's all this is. That's all what most Twitch titty streamers have ever been. And this whole topic is really just murky water because a ton of people like to go back and forth on whether it's morally right or not, especially with the think of the kids debate. Because on one side you have the parents should be mandating the kids' internet. It's not the streamer's responsibility to mandate that. And then of course on the other hand you have people comparing shirtless women to the Holocaust. So I like to think I'm somewhere in the middle of that. I don't think sexual content is inherently bad. When it's on its own, in its own space, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I'm not one of those dudes that thinks sex is Satan or whatever, as metal as that would be. However, I think there's a time and place for everything in life, and that is what decides if it's good or bad. For example, in life, in society, right, we have a time and place for everything, right? You're not gonna go into the middle of the street and just take a shit. I mean, unless you're in New York City, but that's just a free-for-all out there. In a typical world, we have bathrooms, all right? That's a place. In regards to this type of content, in terms of the online world, we have porn sites. You can post sexual content on Pornhub, on OnlyFans, you know, on those sites, it's a-okay. Let those titties fly, baby. It's all good. Where the problem arises for me, personally, is that this type of content is being posted on sites that I don't think it should be posted on. That goes for really any platform as well. You know, you have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and now Twitch. These aren't places that are typically meant for softcore porn. In fact, the majority of these apps, I don't know the exact specifics, but I know Twitch for sure is intended for audiences 13 and over. And that's where the problem really steps over the line for me. I don't think sexual content on its own is bad, but when it's in a place that is directed at 13-year-olds and up, then there's your problem. Obviously, if a kid wants to see something, they're gonna see it. They're gonna find a way. I mean, even us, you and me as kids, we lied about our age when signing up for verification and whatnot. Obviously, kids, if they want to see something, they're gonna see it. But even still, I think it's a different ball game when you post something on a site that's dedicated towards that type of content and on a site that's not dedicated towards that type of content. All right, well, I was editing this video. We've got an update on the situation here. So Twitch has ended up changing their entire rulebook in order to accommodate this type of content. To sum it up, twerking, grinding, and pole dancing are now allowed on the site. Certain content is now allowed with labels, so they're also allowing artistic nudity. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. Of course, gaming nudity is only contextually allowed. You wouldn't want those gaming pixel titties on your streaming platform now, would you? And body painting is also cool now. So where does that leave us? Well, allegedly, these new rules that they're putting in place is allegedly gonna stop recommending this type of content on the homepage, but I checked on the homepage earlier in an incognito tab, signed out of Twitch, and it hasn't taken place yet. I don't know if it ever will. And the shirtless titty streamer, in response to these rule changes, said, "It gives creators much more freedom while also keeping this content from reaching the wrong audience. Bravo, Twitch." What I think is the weirdest part of all this is the fact that she acknowledges that she has an audience that potentially isn't suited to view that type of content, and she still went through with all the streams that she did. I say all, but I only saw one. I'm assuming maybe she did more than one, but I just think it's very strange. It rubs me the wrong way. Maybe as time goes on and as internet culture itself changes, maybe my opinion will change as well. Do you want to hear a prediction though? I bet you one of the streamers that fall under the category of like shirtless titty streamer or whatever category it is, I bet you one of them is gonna have an accidental event where either the camera just falls on its own or like a cat hits it or something, and they're gonna have an accidental titty slip, and they're gonna use it as a marketing scheme, and they're gonna make a fuck ton of money off of it.